I'm going to lighten it up now since too many Democrats have had to reach for Prozac. They've called DHS, military intelligence, CIA. They don't know what's wrong. Somebody's speaking the truth in America, and it must be illegal. Surely it's illegal to tell people what's going on. It can't be allowed. So I'm playing something light to lighten them up on the Savage Nation. I also am playing this song because when Kerry speaks later on, I think via satellite, we're going to all sing along with this song. We're going to change the lyrics from Shrimp Boats Are A-Comin'. We're going to all sing along, and we're going to sing Swift boats are a-comin', their sails are in sight. Swift boats are a-comin'. Yep, that's what we're going to do in the next hour. Just got an email from my good friend from Florida, Joyce Kaufman of WFTL. She says, Savage, God is using you and me. Sometimes your brilliance coupled with your spirituality is breathtaking. Thanks for being you. It helps me be me. And then she says, I just spent the weekend in San Francisco. It amazes me that you can live there. It's like living in the middle of the DNC, and it is. I noted that myself today. I walked around San Francisco with my dog, Teddy, and I noticed something. You know, I'm an observer of human nature, as all of us are. Anyone who's alive is observing everyone, no matter what they say. In other words, we're very judgmental. See, liberals say don't be judgmental, but they're judging you and your judgmentalism, aren't they? So we're all very judgmental. It's how we survive for 1 second on the earth. Unless we're judgmental, we're nothing. We're amoeba. So don't fall for that trick. Oh, don't be judgmental. They're judging you, saying you're judgmental, right? So that's judgmentalism. Therefore, they're just trying to trick you in a logical trap. So I'm extremely judgmental. I'm an old type of guy, you know what I'm saying? I judge everything. I look at everything. That's why I was a good biologist and a good botanist, because I observe things. See, observation is judgmentalism. Self-analysis is judgmentalism. Deciding what to eat or what not to eat is judgmentalism. Without judgment, you know what you are? A Democrat. That's what you are. So I walk around the streets of San Francisco and I see people all trying to be crazier than they already are. They dress crazier than they already might. They dress in rags. And probably the most poorly dressed people in America are in a major city or in San Francisco. The mores of the city are such that if you come here as a half-wit, within 3 months you become a quarter-wit. What you do is you make yourself look uglier and you act stupider than you already are. So you jaywalk in front of a car, you spill coffee on yourself, you talk to yourself in the street like you have a phone in your head. Everybody tries to outdo themselves with idiocy because the society has made some decision somewhere, at least amongst this class of losers, that success is a crime, that being well-groomed is a sign of evil, speaking politely is a sign of idiocy, and so they do the opposite. It's a society that prides itself on being a loser. And so everybody, you see, this is what happens. If you tell a child who's misbehaving, that's okay, Johnny, do whatever you want, the child will become worse. If, on the other hand, you don't hit the child, you say, hey, look, Johnny, let me explain something. This is not the way you behave. This is the way you behave. It's like a tree is growing. What you want to do, if you know anything about growing trees, is you put stakes in the ground and you attach wires and you attach rubberized holders around the tree till it gets its roots to make sure it grows straight. It's the same with a child. The mother and the father are the two poles on the side of that child. And you have to make sure the child grows straight. If you raise that child, as liberals do, not as parents but as the child's friend, the child will grow up crooked. It doesn't know which way to grow. So if it tends to lean to the left, it'll bend over to the left. It might fall over before it even reaches maturity, because it never, ever set roots down into the ground. Same thing with the children of this country. I'm looking around the city, and what I see is an entire city filled with the Spock generation. They've grown up. And they grew up on the ethos of if it feels good, do it. Why not do it in the road? So you get these putz morons on Friday nights, 10,000 of them take out bicycles to block traffic. No one throws their bicycles in the bay. Nobody arrests them. They gave it a name, critical mass. What are they? Spoiled brats, should be arrested, bicycle seized. But no, the city fathers and mothers don't exist. You have the same thing running the city as you have ruining the city. That's one example. But wherever you turn, you see the same mentality. If you feel like breaking a window at Bank of America, break the window. If you feel like spitting at somebody, spit at somebody. If you feel like cursing God, curse God. If you feel like hurting somebody, well, then run into him with a bicycle and say whoops, because the judge will let you off. If you feel like fornicating in the gutter, go ahead and fornicate in the gutter. Nancy Pelosi will say it's her family values. In San Francisco, you see, everything is warped.
Savage.